This is the Wise Guy Radio Show, a podcast dedicated to educating and inspiring through conversations with today's top talents in the world of glass. We will be dissecting their journeys in hopes to deliver actionable content that you, the artist, can start implementing now, helping you grow not only as a creative spirit, but also a successful artistic entrepreneur. With a little organization, relationship building, and your artistic ability, you can obtain greatness. Climb aboard, whether an artist, retail owner, or enthusiast. We have a ton of fun in store for you. Welcome to the Wise Guy Radio Show. This episode of the Wise Guy Radio Show is brought to you by Mountain Glass Arts. Mountain Glass is holding their January sale, which includes borosilicate Golden Gate tubing at 20% off. Just put in the term Golden Gate at checkout. And they also are holding their soft glass COE 104 sale on a Fetre or a Moretti rod at 30% off. Just put in the word Fetre, that's E-F-F-E-T-R-E at checkout. For any other questions or comments, just go to mountainglass.com. That is mountainglass.com. And this show is also brought to you by Green Flash Glass. And if you are a wholesaler, retail store, get a hold of them through their website at greenflashglass.com. Give them a phone call and place your order. That is greenflashglass.com. And all sales are always free shipping that are $1,000 or more. And now on with the show. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wise Guy Radio Show, episode number 77. This is Jay Michael, your host. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am excited to bring you conversations with artists sharing their stories in hopes to inspire and entertain while helping you grow your business. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today's show, we are going to be doing our weekly Q&A show where we are going to be answering a couple questions out there that I've received or also things I have found out there in the world of cyberspace that are questions that I see repeated over and over again, whether it's in different groups out there. Specifically the Torch Talk group I go through and answer questions there when I can, but I do find some questions that are repeated over and over again. So I find those kind of questions are ones that not only do the Ziz group have, but also other folks out there that are wanting to get started in glass also are curious about. So today we're going to be answering a couple questions. Our one question we have is whether it is beneficial to order your materials through freight or just straight through UPS or what have you. And then the other one is going to be all about talking... So in today's show, we are going to be discussing two questions today. The first question is, what kind of bank account should I set up for my business in regards to a checking account? And then the second one is it more affordable to purchase my raw materials in bulk in regards to shipping costs? So both those we'll be getting into. They are both very important topics when it comes to establishing your business with a checking account, a place you can track your money. And then the other one also is all about shipping costs, how you can save on that, and also by purchasing in bulk as well. We'll get into the details of that. I also wanted just to kind of reinforce my note from Monday that the post office has increased their rates officially, whether it's online or in person, so make sure you guys adjust all your rates based on that as well with your customers. Unfortunately, we have to pass our rates on to them, but it's just the way we do business, and as business is done, it can be a gradual increase, but it should be done immediately as of this past Sunday, the 17th. Also, again, if you guys have not received or haven't looked in your emails, there was an email from PayPal about a class action lawsuit, which I found very interesting, talking about the fact that they are being sued right now by a large group, and anybody that received the email is automatically said to be included in this class action lawsuit. I'm not sure the details, whether we'll get money out of it or not, but there is a lawsuit against PayPal basically saying that they have illegally done some things, as in seized accounts, held money for too long, etc. So I'm very interested to see where this goes. I will keep up to date on the emails I receive as they update us on that kind of stuff. But other than that, hope you guys have enjoyed the week. Our conversation with Natasha the other day, talking about mastermind groups and whatever. We are going to be initiating our Wise Guy Radio mastermind groups here very soon. I'm in the middle of putting one together myself with 4 other artists out there. And the idea basically is to get a bunch of you on here to sign up for these lists. We will then feel that we will pair you all together in groups of 4 or 5. And then we will have a weekly chat where I will be the center of the chat live with you guys, and we will discuss topics that are basically in your life, whether it's personal or business. And the fun thing with the mastermind groups is, as the mastermind groups that you are in, as you guys stay in these groups and actually participate and get to know each other, you will find that you will want to talk about things in your life like your money or personal things, relational stuff, because the people that you will be in your circle will become great friends of yours, and also each other's mentors, and also accountability and as well, which I think is the most important part of the mastermind group, is having a like-minded circle of people around you that can help you in need. Whether you have a question about a certain topic, a business idea you may have, a new product launch you may have, a question about pricing something that you're not sure about. All these topics are topics that we will discuss in the mastermind groups, which I'm very excited about. And the first one I'm looking at starting in the 1st of March. Going to get through February, through Valentine's Day. It's a short month. And then we will start these in March. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't gone to our newsletter, I am going to be putting a big sign-up sheet in that. You can just go to wiseguyradio.com at the bottom of the page, our newsletter sign-up. I'm also going to be hooking up pretty soon with a company where you guys, all you have to do is text a certain word, which will probably be wise guy, to a number, and that will automatically sign you up for the newsletter. And also by doing that, you guys will get some freebies from me as well. Some free little ebooks I'm putting together, and some downloadable content that will help you in your business and stay organized. If you haven't already yet signed up to our newsletter, please go ahead and do so, because I do want to see who is interested, and also want to grow the community as well on through the newsletter, and then through our Facebook page. I have set up a private Facebook page. There's about 3 people in there right now, but I haven't used it yet. And that private Facebook group page will be for the mastermind groups. So only limited people will be in there. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. So up until then, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, we're going to be talking about setting up accounts, checking accounts, benefits of them, and then also we're going to be talking about shipping costs, whether it's beneficial or not. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. We will talk to you soon on Monday with our next artist, which I'm excited about to share with you guys. And up until then, have a beautiful weekend. Have a productive weekend if you guys work the weekends. And in the meantime, have a wise night. Love you guys. Peace. All right, we are now back to our Q&A segment. We are going to be answering a couple questions, as I said before. First question we are going to be talking about is whether or not it is beneficial to open up a checking account, and the type of checking account to open. Basically, the question was, what type of bank account should I set up for my small business? Basically, in regards to a checking account. I recommend, first and foremost, that if you can get yourself into a credit union type bank. Sometimes they have different requirements, whether you get to be a spouse of a person that works for the government, or as a teacher, or military. Generally, that's how those kind of things work with trade with the credit unions. Some also do not require that. I don't want to name any names in general to advertise these companies and banks, but there are ones out there that you can get into. They typically have higher rates of interest that you can earn on your accounts, and also better deals for you as well. So just some things to think about. I personally have my business checking account in a credit union, and that's also because my wife being a teacher, we have access to credit unions too. But again, there are ones out there for just the layman, for lack of a better term. So first question again was, what type of bank account should I set up for my small business? There are several ways to go about this. I will say, however, that I am not a professional, and please use this information as my opinion based on research. A professional bank person or accountant is better to ask for help on this stuff in particular. Again, I am not a professional, but I do have experience and have done research. So I'm sharing with you guys the stuff that I've found. But again, ask your accountant if you have one, or just go to your local bank, credit union, what have you, and talk to them about that, and they will hook you up. So for starters, this is also a great topic and question, and is this the building block to our foundation of our financial house. Having a place to keep your money, have the ability to track it and pay your bills, plus being able to pay your salary out of it. Once again, this is used strictly for business. If you have another job or source of income, that money should be kept in a separate checking account in order to keep everything separate. Your business is its own entity and should be treated as such. This way, the business pays you in the form of a salary, whether daily, weekly, or bi-weekly. Pay yourself out of this account, and everything else that you pay for your business out of this specific checking account that you're opening. Now, that being said, if you have a registered fictitious name and or have filed as a sole proprietor or LLC, you'll not have the ability to open a business account. If you are a sole proprietor, you'll use your Social Security number as your tax ID. If you're an LLC, then you'll use your tax ID number. When I opened my account, they did a full credit check, which due to my rebuilding my credit, I was limited to certain privileges that the bank offered, but after 90 days, those privileges were opened up. There are some benefits that banks offer to business accounts over personal accounts, but either one will do. The main goal is to have a place to keep your cash, keep track of your profit and loss, and pay for your business expenses only and your salary. As I spoke about paying yourself back in episode 70, it's definitely worth a listen and a topic that I will continue to discuss in future episodes. So when you get your checking account set up, again, this is only for your business. You don't pay yourself for dinner when you go out with the wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or husband. You don't buy your kids shoes out of this account. If you do, you will keep screwing up your numbers, and also you'll be pulling money away from your profits. You've got to make sure that you keep this completely separate, and by doing this, you will have a functioning business that you'll be able to stay organized with and keep track of all your numbers. I know for the longest time I ran everything out of my one checking account, and it made it impossible to keep track of what was where. And when I tried keeping track of it, it made it way more difficult and more time-consuming trying to keep track of, okay, I went to Starbucks here, but today I bought glass from Mountain Glass. It's stupid. So you got to keep shit completely separate. Have a personal account and have your business account. Now, you don't necessarily have to open up a business account for a business. If you have a business, you can have a regular checking account, but just make sure that checking account, you name it something like whatever, like mine is J. Michael Glass. So just some things to think about. But again, it is definitely something that you need to do. Most states require that you have a fictitious name or some sort of registration with the state small business firms before you go open a business account. I know myself, I've had my J. Michael Glass registration as a fictitious name and also a DBA. So my checking account says J. Michael Glass doing business as Jason Burkholzer. Now, this makes it beneficial because, one, I can have checks written to me personally or to my business name. Both checks can be deposited into that account and or cashed as well. And also, again, it helps to keep track of all your shit, whether it's through PayPal, whether it's through cash, whatever services that you use for your websites, your merchant accounts. This all needs to be directly linked to your PayPal account. I mean, not to your but to your checking account. And every 2 weeks, I pay myself a paycheck, which is based on how much it is I need to make those 2 weeks to pay my bills accordingly. And then also it comes again out of the budget for the business. Now, if you can't pay yourself that money that week, then you can't pay yourself that money that week. Ideally, you do want to have a little bit of chunk of change, like a 90-day emergency fund and a savings account eventually, which we'll get into in a different show. That way that if you are short that 2 weeks for paying yourself because sales were low or the money in the wasn't coming in, you then have that fund set up for yourself as a back fund for paying paychecks. Just some different things to think about. But this, again, is a benefit to having a checking account, not just keeping your money in your pillowcase, in your wallet, in your top drawer, however you go about it. So the answer to the question is do some research with your state, talk to an accountant, or just go to your bank and they will let you know which type of account they recommend that they offer for you. All right, so the next question we have here is it more affordable to purchase raw material in bulk in regards to shipping costs? The answer is it can be. Now, again, this generally refers to buying glass in bulk. In order to have glass shipped freight, you have to buy a minimum of 6 to 8 cases of glass rods and tubing, or a mixture of both, what have you, to be able to purchase it with the freight. Standard freight costs run from anywhere from $120 to $150 per shipping, depending on distance and your carrier. So if you were to purchase 5 cases of glass, and they cost say, average of $30 per case, that's going to cost you $150 in shipping. If you were to buy 3 more cases of glass, then your average delivery cost per case at $30 a case, the overall cost for 8 cases is going to cost you $240. So just by spending a little bit more money and buying, say, 8 cases instead of 5 cases, you will save more money in the long run because you'll not only be able to buy your glass in bulk, but you also will have your glass shipped freight and save you on the shipping costs. If you can make this a quarterly habit by ordering your materials every 3 months, it will not only help you with your quarterly estimates and costs of goods, but it'll make it much easier to figure out your budgets. So again, if you order just 5 cases of glass, 5 cases are going to cost you at least $150 to have it shipped. Just in shipping costs. Just the shipping cost is going to be $150. It takes at least 6 to 8 cases, I think, is the minimum to have a freight shipped. I think the best way to go about it, though, is if you have a group of friends that are in your neighborhoods, you guys could all go in, get like 10 cases, 20 cases of glass, have it shipped all at one time. You guys can then split up your cases amongst yourselves, split your shipping costs, and save yourself a shit ton of money. Also, by buying in bulk, a lot of these companies will then give you a discount, too, because you're buying material in bulk. And again, if you do this every quarter, just get glass shipped quarterly, and then in between those quarterly shipments, you can get fillers for special orders and what have you to come in between that. It would make a lot of sense. And again, if the shipping place will not come directly to your house because you live in like a neighborhood where they don't have a lot of semi-trucks, you can just go to the warehouse and just with a pickup truck, if somebody has one, hopefully, and just go there and get it all picked up. You guys can also, if you are all splitting the glass, maybe caravan there in several cars if you need to. But typically, most delivery trucks will come to your neighborhood. They may have to just park down the road and then just cart it in, which I've had done in my old neighborhood that I used to live in. It was very convenient. So anyways, guys, I hope these 2 questions help you in your financial foundations for your businesses and also in your shipping costs and thinking about ways to cut costs and make it easier for you not only to get stocked up on materials, but to have it shipped all at one time. And we all know that our shipping companies out there, like the UPSs and FedExes and stuff, yes, they are reputable and they're great companies at times, but there are times too where they just give 2 shits about our stuff. And if it says fragile, that means kick me. So freight companies sometimes are a little bit better to have your shit delivered, at least with the raw materials. So anyways, guys, hope this information helps, and we will be continuing this series next week on our next question and answers. If you guys have any questions, please send them to info@wiseguyradio.com. You can also send me a DM on my Instagram, which is @wiseguy_radio. My personal Instagram page is @jmichaelglass. If you guys like to go on there and give me a follow and check out my work that I do myself. And then also, if you want to stay in touch with the show, along with access to our PDF downloads and what have you, and also getting ready to sign up for our Wise Guy Radio mastermind groups, you can just go to wiseguyradio.com, go to the bottom of the page, subscribe to our newsletter, and you guys will be hunky-dory and ready to get some stuff going here. 2016 is going to kick some ass. Let's all get our financial houses in line, get organized, get our glass in. Let's get our orders going, stay focused, make some catalogs, get some glass out there to distributors or into your shops. Y'all have a blast. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the torch. Stay warm out there. And we will see you guys on the next episode of the Wise Guy Radio Show. Love you guys. Take care. See you. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Wise Guy Radio Show. If you have any questions, comments, or remarks, please leave them in the show notes page area where it says comments. We'll see you soon. Have a wise night.